Mr. David Olanrewaju Ayinla Bolade Amoniyan was born in Abeokuta on April 22, 1949. His father was Pa Moses Bolade Amoniyan, the late chairman and managing director of the then popular Nina Lowo woolen and quality textile stores at Itoku. His mother was the late Madam Comfort Mojisola Bolade Amoniyan, also a very successful textile trader known as Mama Gbiji Alasho Idera at Itoku. Lanre had his elementary education at Methodist Primary School, Agoko, Abeokuta, from January 1956 to December 1961. The young Lanre gained admission into both African Church Grammar School and Lishabi Grammar School in January 1964, but opted for the latter because he had a school van and his location was nearer to his residence. In December 1968, Lanre confirmed his academic prize when he came out in flying colors in the West African Examinations Council School Certificate Examination. In addition, Lanre had earlier in June 1968 passed the London Royal Society of Arts RSA examination so well that he was awarded a full certificate of that foreign examination body. Lanre was the only candidate from his school who made the RSA full certificate that year by passing English language. Between January 1969 and December 1970, Lanre successfully completed his Cambridge Higher School Certificate course and passed very well his GCE A-level examinations. But from the blues, the cruel hand of fate suddenly struck. Lanre lost his 49-year-old father on February 13, 1970. In addition to managing the devastating loss of a beloved father, Lanre had to cope with the huge family responsibility and leadership which suddenly devolved on him as the family's first son. At the relatively tender age of about 20 years, Lanre became the husband of his father's 3 wives and father of his 10 siblings. That he discharged this responsibility well with the help of God is no matter of speculation today, as we can see ample evidence all around us.
My names are David Olanrewaju Ayinla Bolade Amoniyan. If you are a loved one. My father was an Ije woman, born and bred at Ije, Abeokuta. My mother is from Makojesha, also at Abeokuta. The 2 locations are not far from each other. I'm of Christian background. My both parents are Christians. I also got baptized at an age, and we have always been Christian all my life. Let me mention here that my both parents were illiterate, but in spite of their lack of better education, they were highly intelligent people, decent, popular, sociable, and so on. So my childhood days were quite pleasant. I know that I was born in my grandfather's house, Agole Amoniyan, Abeokuta. I grew up to age 6 thereabouts in that house. While in that house, it was a very large compound with no less than, I estimate that the rooms in that compound were more than 35. But my father had his own room. But soon after, by my age 7, my father had built his own house and we moved in there. Background-wise, it was this average Yoruba family, Christian family, and but my both parents were very keen on education, and I was lucky to start schooling at age 7. The pastor wanted to know my father's mission, and he said, I've got my son to register for primary school. And the pastor said, oh, that's good. What's your name? Hey, mark you, nobody spoke English language in my house. So I didn't quickly respond to that. But I've had that because of playing around. So I said my name was Lanre Amonio. That was good. Go out there, go and bring 10 stones. Canada, unfortunately, nobody had ever taught me 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So by the time we got there, on the table of that headmaster, we had a heap of granite stones. In front of the office, something a space that could have been flat pot. They also had some quantity of granites. So I just took a mental picture of the size of granites on the table, and I got out, used my 2 hands to keep that quantity of granite, and I brought everything on the table, and I said, where are your 10 stones? And I said, I want not here. And the man said, he laughed and rolled and said, somebody, how are you ready? My father was, I think, was shocked and embarrassed, but meanwhile, nobody had ever attempted to teach me anything whether by way of RPD 1, 2, 3. So we returned home, and my father taught me 1 to 20 in a matter of 3 days, rather aggressively. It was either you master this thing or you receive some slaps with mucus coming out of my nose, sweating profusely. 1 no call, 20. So by the time I went back, I was able to count 1 to 20. But then the headmaster said admission had closed for that year. It pained my father so much, but it didn't matter to me. But going to school there was going to disrupt the free time we had. When parents had gone to their businesses, the whole compound, the whole environment became ours. We were rolling this, what we call cycle in those days. Any metal round object, the wheel of a bicycle, the top of a drum that is cut off, we do for that cycle. I knew my paternal grandmother very well. I knew both my maternal grandfather and grandmother. Yes, I knew them very, very well. But I lived with my maternal grandmother for a while. My paternal grandmother actually filled the gap of my paternal grandfather. She loved me. She had a way of petting me. I believe I guess I was maybe the most beloved grandson. Yes, my father was number 4 amongst his own siblings. He had seniors and he had others junior to him. There were 9 of them by my maternal grandmother, paternal grandmother, I mean. But of the 9 children, my father was quite financially okay. And I met them that way. My paternal grandmother was closer to my father than any other of her children. So I also benefited from that. My paternal grandmother loved me so much. He kept saying I was a replica of her late husband. He will give me all the name of her husband. He will give me the what we call it, Oriki, pedigree of the old man. So I was a pampered child. I enjoyed my younger days very well. You dare not beat me when my paternal grandmother was around. She petted me. But at a point around age 4, 5, I can't explain why. I found myself living with my maternal grandmother at Abeokuta. That one also was a very fantastic Christian, a member of African church in those days. I was staying with her. I remember that we would go from Agojesha to African church at Ijape. In those days, there were not many taxi cabs, so we would trek. My maternal grandmother was very, very self-disciplined. She could keep time. Decent, very neat, everything about her excellent.
In 1971, Lanre was offered admission by both of the University of Ibadan and the then University of Ife, but he chose the latter. By June 1974, Lanre had successfully earned his second-class upper Bachelor of Sciences of the University of Ife, now known as Obafemi Awolowo University. He subsequently participated in the compulsory but then new National Youth Service Corps program from 1974 to 1975 in Kano State. On his return from the National Service, Lanre had several offers of employment as an administrative officer in the Federal Civil Service from which to choose. He assumed duty in August 1975 in the Industrial Management Division of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Lagos, and later as a special assistant to the then Federal Minister of Industry. Lanre moved to WAEC National Head Office in Yaba in 1977, and later that same year, he was redeployed to WAEC Ibadan Zonal Office with a mandate to ensure the smooth administration of all WAEC examinations in the then Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, and Kwara states. In recognition of his excellent management of the Ibadan office, Mr. Bolade was promoted as the branch controller of WAEC branch office in Kano, to where he relocated with his beloved wife, Mrs. Funke Bolade, now late. At the instance of the Registrar of WAEC in Ghana, Lanre moved to Ghana as the head of planning and organization in WAEC headquarters office. He relocated to Ghana with high hopes and aspirations, but was frustrated by the protracted political instability in Ghana in the early days of the second coming of Jerry Rawlings. Lanre subsequently moved back to Nigeria to join the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, in February 1983 on the same level 13 that he was at WAEC. Lanre left ASCON in December 1990 as the Deputy Director of Administration. From this point in his life, the proactive Lanre Bolade started contemplating entrepreneurship as part of his preparation for the inevitable stage of life in retirement. In January 1991, Lanre enrolled in a 6-month intensive training at the Pearson Institute of Textile Technology towards actualizing his lifelong ambition of producing good quality staff uniforms for corporate bodies and individuals at fairly competitive prices. With generous financial support from his younger brother, Ola Oshebikon, and others, Lanre started his uniforms and basic clothing company in July 1991 at Olomore, here in Abeokuta. Naturally, Lanre devoted all his time and resources to the uniform and basic clothing business, but was headhunted by a multinational company, CMB Toyo Glass Agbara, as training and manpower development manager late in 1991. His impressive performance was rewarded with rapid career progression, and it was during this period that he built his house popularly known as House 88 in Badagry. In spite of his busy schedule, Lanre spent time to sharpen his axe by returning to the university for a master's degree in business administration, which he obtained in 1994 from Lagos State University. The ownership and name of the company Lanre joined as CMB Toyo Glass changed several times in the late 1990s. Lanre left the Agbara Glass plant in 2000 to start Shepherd Computer Training Center and a cyber cafe in Badagry. He also resuscitated uniform and basic clothing company. After a successful foray across Nigeria and West Africa in his youthful days, Lanre Bolade relocated with his dear wife, Mrs. Folake Bolade, on May 5, 2013, back here to Abeokuta, where they have since been enjoying quietly their Christian lives and taking time to appreciate the glory of God in the lives of their family, friends, and neighbors. To the glory of God, the tough love demonstrated by Daddy over the years has produced successful children who are now bankers, engineers, doctors, and entrepreneurs. They are all happily married. Shortly after the family moved to Abeokuta, members of the immediate Olomore constituency elected Mr. Bolade as their chairman. He worked with other landlords and residents to achieve improved relations and commitments to the general welfare of residents. At the professional level, Mr. Bolade was and is still very active and respected member of his professional body, the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM. He was chairman of CIPM at the chapter's first AGM/lecture luncheon and of the CIPM of the State Branch's 4th annual conference. Mr. Lanre Bolade has received numerous awards, including the Meritorious Award conferred by Great Minds Foundation in Badagry, where he lived for some 30 years, and another from Taraba State in recognition of his visionary guidance and dedication to the development of the next generation of leaders. We must mention that he published his first book, Total Success, Its Meaning and How to Achieve It, in 2009. In his local church, Union Baptist Church, Olumore, he served as vice president to 2 different presidents of the Men's Missionary Union, MMU, and he is the current president of MMU.
At 70, in sound health, peace of mind, comfort, amidst successful children, supportive siblings, family members and friends, her daddy, David Olanrewaju Ayinla Bolade Amoniyan, has every reason to glorify his Maker and Heavenly Father. On his behalf, we give a resounding hallelujah.